We're doing a chest and back workout today. Heavy chest, light back, hard contraction back. Just gonna warm up, get my shoulders going, do some extra rotations. Part of my warm up, I'm gonna warm up my upper back and posture. But first, hitting those shoulders. If you have any shoulder problems at all when you press, not that I do, but it's good to do external rotations, do some scarecrows. It's good to just warm up your shoulder joints. I like to do this before my chest workouts just to keep my rotator cuffs strong, have some blood pumping through them before I start my lift. So I'm doing external rotations and then doing some scarecrows. I'm not going to failure or anything. I'm just trying to take it nice and slow, warm up those muscles. And then I'm going to do another warm up as well. Just on the bench here, where I'm just trying to get my upper back warmed up before we get into it. This move is great for posture. It's working your lower traps. They're called eyes. I have a video on it that you can check out. Great way to improve your posture. But I'm using this as just a warm up before I get into my back workout. And we're doing chest and back today. If you have any questions, leave a comment, or if you want to say hi. Could do some T's as well, and some Y's. And just warm up those postural muscles. Get my rhomboids firing, rear delts, lower traps. Oh. And we'll go back to our external rotations. We'll do one more set of each, just 2 sets. Easy peasy. Nice little warm up. Just doing a little external rotation. Working the back side of my rotator cuff. That might be a better view. I have a sick farmer's tan as well today, which is dope from golfing and from going to the beach this past weekend. And just trying to warm up. We're doing chest, we're doing back. If there's any exercises you want to see, leave me a comment. Or if you have any questions, say hi. What's up? How's it going? Brianna, what's up? Only Sim Racing. How's it going, guys? I'm just warming up, and then I'm going to get into a chest back workout. If you have any questions, you want to say hi, let me know. I'm assuming that my mic is working. I'm not just talking to myself here. Just running through very easy warm-up exercises. All right, let's get it started. First exercise is going to be incline Smith machine press. Set you guys up right here. Get the bench set up. Hope everyone's day is awesome. Now I am going to do a heavier chest day and a lighter back day. So we're starting heavy chest. I'm still going to work my way up in weight and get my first warm-up sets in. First exercise you do for any muscle group, you should progress your way up in weights. Get your muscles and your tendons actually used to holding that weight. It's a lot safer option. Sorry if this is loud. Super light, easy peasy set. Trying to hit the upper part of my chest with that incline press. And we'll just work our way up. And in between sets, I'm going to check for questions if you guys have any. Where's everyone from? What are we doing today? Oh, where did I put my water? Oh, across the gym, of course. Why wouldn't I? Okay, round 2. I bumped it up to a plate on each side. Still kind of a warm-up for me. Just gonna crank out 10 easy. And then add some more weight. Yep, beauty. Crank it up. Any questions? I want to say hi. Questions about lifting, exercise, nutrition, rehab. I do a lot of injury treatment at work here. I'm in my gym all alone. My nice gym. All right. Okay, added a little bit of weight, and we got a plate and a quarter on each side. Gonna get a little bit of a rest. My goal here is to find a weight where I'm failing around 8 to 12, we'll call it. I'm not sure if this is that weight yet. We'll have to see. It might be 2 plates aside. Feel pretty good with energy today. I had a cheat meal, which is hilarious, but I had a donut this morning on top of my breakfast. It was awesome, and I don't regret it. Okay, here we go. Damn, that was heavier than I thought. Oh crap. That might have been a good fail set actually. Holy shite. Oh man. I didn't think that was gonna be so heavy. Maybe I didn't have a good breakfast. All right, I think I'm gonna keep the weight. We'll go one more. Fail again. I just failed at 12. We'll see if I can get 10 on the next set. That felt pretty good overall. If you have any questions or want to say hi. I'm bored, guys. This is why I'm online right now. And I got to get my workout in. I need some help from you guys. Words of hate or encouragement, they both work. They're both motivating to me. Don't be afraid to say hi, or let me know where you guys are from, or we can just shoot the shit. I'm going to be alternating between chest and back. So starting with upper chest on a press, and then we're going to move to a back exercise next. Chest, back, back and forth. I think I have 8 or 9 exercises. I like doing 1 or 2 sets to failure. I don't think you need to go 3 or 4 sets. I much prefer 1 or 2 sets, just kind of all out. That's what I'm going to do on this set, is just try to take it to absolute failure on this Smith machine, to where I can't even do another rep where I'm lifting it off my chest, and I'm just going to rack it kind of where it is in place and hope that I don't die. It's the benefit of a Smith machine, especially when you don't have a spotter, is that you can take the total failure and then still rack it, which is awesome. Okay, let's get it. 10 reps. That's my goal, but it doesn't really matter. Just take it to failure. Yep, just like that. That hurt. Now I gotta do the limbo to get out of here. That was awesome. That felt great. What do you guys think? 10 out of 10? Did I do it? Moving on. Moving on to some back. That should be good. We're going to do a mid-trap row to start. So my goal here, I'm training kind of upper traps, hitting the squeeze between my shoulder blades on this one. I'm going to use a mid-cable row to do that, because it's my light day for back. My goal is to hit a contraction first and then move second. When you do that, it really helps isolate, take other muscles out of it. You can't go as heavy. I'm going like half the weight that I normally would, and just focus on squeezing that, pulling that in, squeezing my lower traps, my rhomboids really hard. Whew. That last set really got me. God damn. Okay. Hopefully you guys are in a good spot here. You can see this trap row. Should be good. Okay. So got the weight. I'm going to try and squeeze first. See that? Squeezing. And then rowing in. Big squeeze. Definitive squeeze. Row. Big squeeze of my traps. That's good for the first set, because that's not enough weight. I need to crank the weight just a little bit for sure. And try again. I normally have all my weights written down, but I don't have that because I'm live, so I gotta kind of guess. Hopefully you guys could see my back there pretty well. If not, let me know. I can adjust the camera. I'm trying to get that squeeze. Squeezing first, ripping that back. I have a mid-cable grip, the close grip, although I kind of feel like it might be too tight. Maybe a little wider might be better. That's all right. We'll keep it. We'll do one more set. We'll see how it feels. Hopefully I have enough weight on there. And then we'll move on. We're going to do another chest exercise next. It's the flat dumbbell. See how much I can rip after the incline. The incline Smith machine is just great. I have such a trouble with my upper chest, like a lot of us do. And my shoulders have just always taken over, a very natural shoulder press in that movement and all my movements. So my chest is always really weak. But that incline Smith is really, I really feel it through the upper chest, which is nice. Even when I do an upper barbell, I feel like my shoulders tend to take over a little bit, but not on a Smith machine. So highly recommend that. Again, if you want to say hi, shoot the shit, let me know. Let me get this set in. Oh, that's better. Come on, almost there. Come on. That was a good set. That hurt. We're moving on. If you guys have any exercises that you really want to see, let me know. I don't have to do what I have planned. I can always do something else. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy too. I'm going to do a flat dumbbell. Oh my God, White Line. He's back. What's up, bro? I've not been to the gym in 7 months. I cannot wait to get back into the mix. Hell yeah, man. Get after it. Again, remember from last time, just the coolest name. How you got that baffles me. I want it so bad. I'll just pay you for your YouTube account name, because it's so good. Okay, how does this look? Yeah, pretty good? Yeah, that'll work. You guys can mostly see that, huh? We got one more comment here. It's Liv Official. What's the best push-up form to target your back? Well, push-ups are not a back movement. They're a chest movement. And there's a lot of better exercise to target your back. Can you maybe elaborate on that question a little bit? Anything where you're pushing something away from you is either going to be chest or shoulder driven, right? And you might have a pinch in your back stabilizing as you press, but your back isn't doing the work for you or fighting the resistance, which in push-ups is gravity. So push-ups, anything pressing away is chest and shoulders. Good question. Maybe elaborate if you can. If anyone else has any questions, let me know. I'm going to get another set in. Let's see, what kind of weight should I press here? Dumbbell press. I'm trying to get like let's call it fail around 10, something around 10. I'm going to do a set, and then I'm going to answer that question, Liv. Just give me 1 sec. I'm going to try with some 75s, and we'll see how it feels. It's my second chest exercise of the day. Started with a nice incline Smith. Now we're moving to a flat dumbbell. Here we go. Okay. Not a bad set. I got 10, and I still had some in the tank, which means we need to go up in weight. Okay. Oh, Liv has retracted her message. Never mind. Well, if you want to rewrite the question or write a new one, feel free. I'm happy to help. There are no stupid questions at all. Every question, the whole point here is just to help people learn. If you have some questions, or we can shoot off different discussions about different muscles or different exercises or different programs or nutrition. It's your chance to just go back and forth and talk about anything that's on your mind, right? There's no such thing as a bad question. Oh, I'm just going to grab my water real fast. And then I'm going to do one more set of dumbbell presses. I was hoping the 75s would be good to fail around 10, but they were not enough. So I'm going to move on. I think I'm going to try 85s and see if that's better. My chest already is a little sore from those inclines. Man, I killed that. Such a good exercise. So we're going to take these back. I'm going to hit the 85s. And just take it to failure. You know, that's all that really matters. Again, if you guys have any questions, let me know. It's heavy chest and light back day. And if you don't know what that means, I'm happy to explain that as well. Because not many people train like I do in a heavy light system. But I really like doing it. My body feels good on that system. I get to train a lot of strength and size, and then train a lot of size and neural control and endurance. And not only do I feel like my body responds well to that from an aesthetic standpoint, but from an athletic standpoint as well. I feel very strong. I gain a lot of strength, but I also have a lot of control of my muscles. And I have a lot of endurance for when I play sports. So it's my favorite way to train. And maybe it's yours, so you just haven't tried it yet. But it's really fun. My rep ranges don't change a whole lot. I'm trying to fail kind of around that 8 to 12, 8 to 15 zone as much as I can, adjusting weights to fail around there. And the difference between heavy and light, so it's heavy chest today. It's basically, I'm just moving weight. I'm pressing, I'm flying. I'm just targeting chest in a powerful strength manner, trying to fail around that 10 zone. And then for light, I'm trying to pre-contract and squeeze. It's slow. I'm really forcing that contraction. I'm really isolating. It's like half the weight or 2/3 the weight. But you just get this huge contraction, really beef up. I think it's even maybe better for hypertrophy than just lifting weight is, like moving weight, I should say. I focus on contracting muscle. Good example is, so my heavy chest day, my goal is to just press the weight, move the weight, and then on my light chest day, I'm trying to contract and then squeeze and press and have my chest do the majority of the work instead of just hammering weight. So I'm doing both. I alternate on days. light line, more walking these days. Walking is awesome. It's a great way to just get moving, burn some calories, keep your cardiovascular up. Jay Builds, what else? What up, dude? I never heard of that method of training, but it sounds kind of genius. So next chest day would be light chest. Yeah, you've got it. You just reverse it, right? So I'd be cranking pull-ups and pull-downs and rows that are all heavy. And my light, again, starting with just like I'm contracting, and then I'm pressing and trying to keep it contracted. And my flies, it's the exact same thing, where I'd go into this stretch. I'm trying to contract first and then squeeze down into it versus just ripping through, right? And I just go back and forth. It's super fun. It also keeps the workouts fresh. Like you're not constantly doing the same stuff. And I will just kind of alternate as well between starting with presses and starting with flies. You know, like some days I start with pullovers and just target the upper chest that way. It's a good way to mix it up. Super clever, man. What's your split look like? Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I have a 4-day split right now. I have chest and back is one of the days. Then I'm doing quad. I'm splitting up my legs. It's kind of weird. I used to do just your simple Arnold split, chest, back, legs, shoulders, arms. Now I've split up into 4 days, so it's chest, back, it's quads with calves and abs, shoulders, arms, and then hamstrings with glutes and cardio. And my cardio is either sprints or a distance, and I alternate those. So every other day I'm hitting upper body, every other day I'm hitting lower body. Generally my lower body is not as big as my upper body. I've, have these super long twiggy legs, so I'm trying to hit those more often. So I've split my legs up into 2 days, paired one with calves, paired the other with cardio. Again, I want to be athletic, so training cardio is important to me. I want to be able to go and play hockey and basketball and not be short of breath, right? And go out there and kick some ass. So you got to do a little bit of cardio, train a little bit of sprints, and some long distance running. Okay, I'm going to do one more set. I'm grabbing the 85s and hope I can crank out 10 here. Oh, yep, that's heavy. Worst part of this is trying to get these bastards up. I feel like my shoulders always get wrecked. Just trying to manage this. If you guys have any tips for me, that would be great. Because I suck at it. I want to get those things. I think they have like dumbbell stands that you just grab off and they fall away. That would be so sick. Okay, let's get this. 10 reps. I'm just pressing weight, heavy chest. Let's go. Uh-huh. Oh, that was right on the money. Oh, shit. That felt so good. Good God. Of course, man. Yeah. I'm always down to like share ideas and kick back like, different ideas about training and certain exercises. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any tips for me, maybe, Whew. Damn, that felt heavy as hell. Oh. I gotta bump those numbers up, guys. I gotta bump those numbers up. 85s, I guess that was my second exercise, but I should be at 90s or 100s, realistically. Okay. Bent over row is next for back. Let's go barbell. Set you guys up. Something like that. And if you guys have any ideas for any videos you want to see, I'm going to attempt to make like a video once or twice a week around my clients, around my schedule when I can. Okay, so we're going to move on to a bent over barbell row. My goal here, I might even go supine grip. My goal here is I want to be trying to hit more lower lats around here. That's where I lack a lot of my size, is my lower. I have decent upper and outer lats, but my lower lats are fairly weak comparatively. So I'm going to try to hit that earlier in my workout while I'm more fresh, because that's something I want to focus on more, right? So you do that first. So because it's my light day, it means I'm contracting first. If you notice this bar, I'm only putting, I think I'm going to put 75 pounds on it, which if I was ripping barbell rows on my heavy day, I'm nearly putting 2 plates on. So I'm going way lighter than what I normally would. But my goal here is to try and contract first, move second, and get that squeeze. And if I'm really targeting the squeeze, I can't do it without going really light. It's not possible. So this is also the benefit of going back and forth heavy light, is that I'm not always ripping weight where it's very taxing on my body and potentially taxing on my joints. I'm doing that for chest today, but I'm taking my back light, focusing on the muscle, focusing on isolating. I'll show you guys. Let's see, is this a good position? Yeah, we'll give it a shot. So I'm going to go supine grip. That means hands face up. I feel like I get a better lower lat squeeze that way. Bent over, we're going to pre-contract and then drive and squeeze. Squeeze. You can see how bad I am at that movement naturally, but my lower lats feel like they're a little more full of blood. It felt like it was very isolatory with that motion through my lower lats. So, hell yeah. I don't care if I'm lifting super light. If it means that my muscles are getting the work that I want them to, who gives a shit, right? So that was awesome. I might do one more set like that. That's only 75 pounds on that bar. That's nothing. Like I said, on my heavy days, I'm ripping like 185, 225. Sorry, I need a water break. Where's everyone from? I'm in San Diego, beautiful San Diego, although it's cloudy out and gloomy today. Yeah, if you have any questions, make sure to hit that like button if you want to catch more workouts. Subscribe if you want. No biggie. Okay, we'll do one more set. Same thing, supine grip, hands face up. Again, I find that's a little bit better for targeting my lower lats. I usually go a pronate grip, hands facing down when I'm doing my heavy day, just because it involves a little bit more of my lats. They can help, and I just get a better grip. But, okay. One more. Should be good. Oh, second set. I I feel an even bigger squeeze. So that's awesome. Failure was so easy to reach there. And moving on. Again, I like to do 1 or 2 sets. I've been doing 2 sets so far during this workout. But sometimes 1 set's all you need, you know? If you're really hammering an exercise and you take it right to failure, like, you don't actually need more, potentially. Okay, we're moving on. I did an upper chest on a press. I did a mid chest on a press. I still want to go after that upper chest because it's the weakest part of my physique, of my upper body, I think, is my upper chest, right? If you look at it from the side, I have a good development here. Where is it? Why is it gone? Right? Trash. So we're going to keep hammering the upper chest. So I'm going to do a pullover and try and squeeze through that pullover. So the question is, should I do a dumbbell pullover or should I do a cable pullover? If you guys want to see either version, you comment and I'll do whichever one. Whoever comments first, I'll do that version. I'm going to give you guys 15 seconds. If no one comments, I'll just do it myself. I'll figure it out. Man, what do I want to do? Cable, dumbbell. Cable, dumbbell. Maybe we'll do cable. I'm not sure people actually know this exercise, so it might be a good one to do just based off of that. To show you guys something you can add to your arsenal when you're targeting upper chest. The only problem is it's going to take me just like a minute to set this up. Close this door so you guys can see. Okay, so first thing with the cable pullover is I like to use a V-bar. And I have this grip here, and I'm rolling over it like that, okay? Now I'm going to grab a bench. Okay. Sorry for the delay. That's better. Okay. We have a question, I'm going to answer it, and then we're going to get into the cable pullover. Okay. Do you think that 2 reps of 20, 2 sets of 20, I think you're thinking, would be an effective way to build strength? No. Not strength at all. You can build great size that way, and you're definitely targeting endurance, especially if you're keeping tension the whole time. But it's going to be very slow build for strength at 20 reps. If your main goal is strength, then a strength training program is one where you're hitting, sets of 3, 5, 6 maybe. You're often not going to failure. If you look at power lifters, they rarely go to failure, right? Only in competition. They're trying to go like RPE of like 7, 8 out of 10. Sometimes they ramp down to 6, 5 out of 10. And they're slowly moving up in weights, but they're only doing, sets of 3 reps, sets of 4 or 5 reps, the occasional 2, and then competition, they just do their single reps, or maybe a test run before that. But if your goal is pure strength, you gotta up the weights, you gotta lessen the reps. If you've never done it before, it's good to kind of build up to that. So Do a couple workouts where instead of doing 20, you're doing 12 to 15. And then do that for a few workouts, then progress. Do a couple where you're doing 8 to 10. Then a couple where you're doing, 5 or 6. And not only finding what weight is appropriate for you there, but it's also training your tendons and your ligaments to handle that kind of weight. Because if you haven't done it and you're going to jump straight into your 3-rep max, there's a chance you get hurt. So I would say just like slowly increase the weights and tackle it that way. If your goal is size and strength, then you're looking at more the 6 to 12 zone or 6 to 10 zone for your failing. Okay, so let's get into the cable pullover. Make sure you guys can see this. So for pullover, I'm trying to attack my upper chest here. I'm here. My upper chest can bring me down. I'm gonna look this way. Upper chest can bring me down like this. See how it pops up when I'm contracting it? As I bring that through, okay? So I do want to have a slight shrug as I'm doing a pullover. As I'm bringing it through, boom, I have my upper chest firing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do on a cable. The benefit of a cable, because it's set sideways, is I have a ton of tension on the squeeze. Whereas a dumbbell, I'll have my tension on the stretch. Okay, so we're targeting the squeeze here. It really helps to have a training partner for this exercise. If you don't, you got to do this stupid dance that I'm about to do, which is not fun. But it's not that big of a deal, Okay. So long arms, I'm trying to bring that up, squeeze that upper chest. Okay, that was pretty good. I picked a pretty good weight. I felt a lot of upper chest as I'm rolling through that. It was awesome. Jay builds. That makes sense, super helpful. Yeah, of course, that was a really good question. I think a lot of people have that question. Matt and Nick, what's up, dude? Been to the gym for 2 weeks now. Back pain? Oh, haven't been to the gym? Because you have back pain and a cold? Geez, when it rains, it pours, huh? That sucks. You've been going pretty regularly? Man, I might one and done that chest. That was pretty good. Unless you guys want to see it again. I'm feeling pretty toasty. Fuck, I'll do one more. That's fine. One more, I'll just go a little bit less rest time. Yeah, 4 days a week. Dude, that's so good. Training 4 days a week is great commitment. I love that. I assume your progress is going well. Immune system is non-existent and my back is fragile too. Oh man, maybe I'll make a lower back strengthening video. I feel like a lot of people need that. Jay Builds, I dropped a sub, I gotta run. I appreciate that, man. I'd love to see you more on here and we can kind of talk over some more ideas. Take care, brother, appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna get one more set. I realized once I set it up like an absolute idiot that I might be able to just reach this way. Oh yeah, that's way better than doing the dance to get into it. Oh yeah, wow, I feel so stupid. Oh. Oh man. I probably should have just done one set there, if I'm honest. That set was trash. I feel like I wasn't getting good contraction. Anyways, that's all right. We're moving on. We're gonna do a spider shrug. There's another name for this exercise, and I can't remember what it is, so I call it a spider shrug. If you guys know the name of this, you can let me know. It's some guy's last name, like a Jefferson shrug or something. I'm basically just doing this. It's a chest supported shrug where I'm not just driving up, but I'm driving a little bit back with my hands. Do you guys know what it's called? It's escaping me. So I'm trying to go light on this, big squeeze. Yo, I definitely need that back strength. You don't know how you end up messing it up? Yeah, I can drop a video. I mean, there's one problem is there's so many reasons for back pain, right? It could be due to a tilt of your pelvis. You could just have weak spinal erectors or weak glutes. Or you could have just got into a super bent over position that just had a little bit of a tear, which doesn't, it's not that big of a deal, just need some rest. If you can describe to me how you did it or what hurts, like what movements hurt, I might be able to help. Okay, let's try a set here. I'm gonna grab 30s, trying to go light, trying to get a big hard contraction. Yeah. Squeezing first, moving second. Feels good. Oh God, it's gonna bother me what the name of this exercise is. Yep, I think I'm gonna one and done that one as well. I gotta start one and doneing. Or else one, this workout's gonna take forever. And two, I'm just running out of gas. Robert, I'm doing everything wrong. Damn it. Try doing stiff-legged Zercher deadlifts. That's actually, if you're smart about it, that can actually be very good for lower back, which is wild. How are dead hangs for the back? That's a really good question. I would say that it's not a great movement for the back. I mean, you're holding your weight, obviously, and you're gonna get this tension to your lats and your traps. That's awesome. But would I say that it's the best? Probably not. It's a good exercise. It helps prevent shoulder pain. But I mean, pull-ups, pull-downs are gonna be better for the back than a dead hang is. Robert, compound movements, dude. I know, we already did them. You missed them. We're moving on to isolations now. We crank some rows, we crank some chest presses. And now we're moving to isolations. And I'm one and doneing them, a lot of these, because I'm fading. Okay, cable fly. Let's do a cable fly next. This will be a good one. Do you guys want to see a straight across, or do you want to see a high to low? JR, Jim, Journey, what's up? I love when people say, yo. Robert, should I sub? If you want, man. Absolutely. I'm going to try to do more videos. I've mostly been focusing on more like rehab-based stuff. And then my live workouts. Just trying to give advice, have some fun, really. If you want to, that's awesome. Happy to have you. Happy to have you commenting and keep me on my toes for this workout. Love to see it. Do you guys want me to do a straight across or a high to low? Is there any preference? Any preference at all? My heart is saying high to low, but I'll listen. But I got to tell you, I saw really good progress in upper lower split compared to bro split. Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, I just agree. Bro split, I don't think is very good. Modified bro splits can be really good for guys that are doing steroids and stuff. But regular people, you're just not getting enough work in. So, yeah. Starting out, full body splits, you know, working out every 2 to 3 days. Move on to an upper lower or a push pull, and then move on to a 3, sometimes 4-day split, depending on if you can hit the gym a lot or not. Okay, no one's commenting on it, so I'm gonna do a high to low. And we're just gonna try to target kind of that lower chest. My chest is so naturally bad that I really find, you know, cable flies to be kind of my better exercises for feeling the muscle, you know, but, or hitting on my light day, hitting that contraction first. But my chest has always been a bit of a weak part in my physique, and not just aesthetically, I mean strength-wise too. You know, my shoulders have always been, I don't know, they just take over maybe, and I've just always been very dominant through there. My chest just a little underdeveloped, but I'm working on it. We're getting there. Let's see, gym journey. I'm gonna go gym now, we'll sub and stuff by. Hell yeah, man. Have a great session, I love it. Okay, we're gonna go high to low fly. Focusing on squeeze, I'm just ripping the weights here. See how it goes. Woo. That was pretty solid. I actually might try a little heavier, which is great. Because I feel like I've been stuck at this weight for a little bit, and that felt so good that I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna do one more set like that. That was awesome. I didn't feel like my shoulders helped too much. Trying to keep it in the chest. Oh. Hey, have you ever tried Mike Menser style? That's exactly kind of where that I'm talking about the one and done comes from. I think he's on to something when he talks about his kind of single set stuff, but I think like he'll tell you to do a chest press, one set of chest press to failure, and then walk away and not do chest for another week. I don't think that's right either. But if you look at, I follow more of kind of a Dorian Yates style. He would do 1 or 2 sets of things, but he's doing a wide variety of things. He's hitting different aspects of whatever muscle group he's working, right? So Mike Menser, he'll tell you to do bench press, 1 set, all out, walk away, go to the beach. Dorian Yates will say, do a set on bench press, and we're gonna do a set on incline, then we do a set of flies, then we do a set of pullovers, and then we'll walk away, right? So his workouts are still very short. He's not doing 3, 4 sets of things. He's doing 1, maybe 2 sets of things. And so I prefer that style. And if you even look at, if you go and look at the workouts from Ronnie Coleman back when he was like peak, he would go and do one set of something and then move away. So he knew it too. I don't think volume is the answer. I think largely intensity is the answer. And then hitting different portions of whatever you're after, right? Like if I'm hitting my back, I want to have an exercise that targets maybe my upper lats, one that targets my lower, one that targets my traps, one that targets my inside. Like you want to have that and then just do 1 or 2 sets like that for each, right? If you can one and done it where you're all out set, I mean, those guys are amazing. The willpower they have in their minds to keep going and keep pushing when your body is screaming at you to stop, that's what takes them to the next level. And that's why there's monsters after, I mean, obviously they do steroids and stuff, but that level of just, going to absolute failure, you only need 1 set. You don't need to keep going on. Robert, do you do dips, pull-ups, squats, deadlifts, bench? I do all of those. Ab rollers, I did that yesterday. They're a little sore. Yeah, I mean, those are fantastic exercises. And a lot of people, that's all they need. I just don't like training that way. I like to do a bigger variety of stuff, that's all. But some people don't. Some people like to stick to the basics, and they're going to grow a ton. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's a good point, Robert. Nice, good question. Matthew Gonzalez, nice physique, buddy. What is your height and weight? I appreciate you. That's very nice. I'm 6'2", and I weigh like 195 right now. And I stay pretty lean, probably 11% right now, 10%. Okay. Yeah, Robert said low weight, high volume equals sarcoplasmic hypertrophy. And all right, one of those is myofibular. The low rep, high weight is the myofibular. You're right, or at least that's what a lot of the research suggests. That's why it's interesting to maybe have some low rep work and some high rep work as an option, right? I prefer high weight and low weight, but yeah, I mean, you're on the right track here. I used to do a lot of all-out sets on high volume bro splits. Not very proud of it. I mean, yeah, it's great work ethic for sure. It's hard to do, and it's, you know what? Beyond just pushing yourself physically, there's a level where you're pushing yourself mentally, and I think it makes you a more complete person. Where you can just handle situations. And I can handle any stress in my life because this is the greatest stress. Okay, I'm ripping. I don't know if I've done this in a while. Here we go. I almost had that last one. Woo! God damn. Okay. I think my chest is roasted, guys. Absolutely roasted. But I still got some work to do on my back, I think. I'm going to do a single arm row next, once I catch my breath. Let me know if you guys want to see a cable or a dumbbell. Single arm row. Yeah, I don't think my chest can take any more. I only did 4 exercises, but I guess I did like 7 workings. Or no, did I do 8? 8 working sets. That's even probably more than I normally do, if I'm honest. What body fat percentage would you say I am? I'm just guessing. I don't have an actual measurement. But if I was going to guess, I'm gonna say around 10 to 11. Usually around 12, you can see your abs pretty good. And I've got that visible, so I'm gonna say 10 to 11. Not sure though. Baby A, what's up? Robert, what's your A? I don't know what that means. Oh, I need some more water. Okay, single arm row is gonna be next. Why don't we do cable? And that way you guys can see a little bit better probably. That should be pretty good. Oh, your wingspan to height ratio. Ooh, damn, that's a really good question from Robert. I don't actually think I've ever measured my wingspan, but I have very long arms. I make a pretty good volleyball player and basketball player, so it's definitely an issue too when I press. So my arms are way out there. But I've never actually done the measurement. That'd be interesting to know. Pack it up, some guy says bodybuilding is good. Yeah. I just tend to not really care what people say too much when they're being negative. It's pointless, you know? Those people tend to hate themselves more than they hate you, you know? So. Okay, so because it's a light back day, I'm going to be trying to contract my lat and then row in, okay? So contract lat, row, squeeze. Hopefully you guys can see that pretty well. Contract, squeeze, okay? I'm going to try to one and done this one as well. So pick the right weight so that I can do that. Maybe I'll start with my left. So contracting, rowing. Good view, good view. Contract, row. Contract, row. And take it to failure. Yep. Here's an interesting point. Anytime you're working unilaterally, doing one side then the other side, rest. Do your first set, rest, do your second set. If you don't rest, you're really just taking away from that exercise on the second side. This is especially true when we're talking about like lunges or split squats, where it's very taxing for your whole body. If you go and do a set of lunges or Bulgarians or something like that, and then you go to the next leg right away, you're just hurting yourself, right? You're tired. You're gonna have a half-assed second part of your set. So rest 30, 40 seconds, then do the other side. Robert, you should also train your tendons. Tendons best adapt when load is 70% or higher of your 1 rep max. Oh man, yeah. I mean, especially when you're loading up and doing eccentrics. Tendon work is actually really underrated for injury prevention. That's the biggest problem with people. So yeah. Unilateral rows feel a bit sketchy, getting strains and stuff. Really? Like a one-arm row? when you're doing a one-arm row, you're feeling what kind of strains? Anyone that's having any lower back issues, I always recommend to do their rows on the cables until you solve that problem, and then you can move on to barbells and dumbbells. Especially with cable rows? What? Oh man, I wish I could see your technique and see what happens. Mahi, how's it going? I'm gonna get the other half of my rows here. Oh, why does this side feel better than the other side did? Yep. I'm fading hard, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. Seated cable rows put tension on my upper back. Technique ain't bad either. I don't know if I'm just built different in a bad way. Oh man. That's so funny. Okay. Cable rows put tension on your upper back. So you're either doing one of two things. As you're rowing, you're either shrugging and having that lift come through your traps instead of going down and depressing your shoulder blade. The second option is on a cable row. I'm going to show you on my machine here. This is a machine row, but it's kind of the same idea, right? So if you're feeling your upper back and you don't want to feel your upper back, that often happens when you're leaned forward like this. As I'm rowing, I'm going to get more upper back. So if you don't want to feel that, be more upright, or you could even experiment with leaning a little bit back and hitting more lower lats if that's what you're after. If I'm understanding what you're saying correctly. Okay, what do I have left? My chest is cooked, guys. I can't do another chest. I only did 4 exercises, and it's just like, I'm wrecked. Back, we did a mid trap. We've done 2 traps. We did a lower lat bent over row. We did a single arm row. I didn't even do a pull down. Oh man, should I do a pull down? Shoot. Son of a... I gotta do a pull down. That's what I'm missing. Gotta do a pull down. I'm actually gonna do a pull down. I'm gonna superset it with a little lower back extension as well. Yeah, it might be the shrugging. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot. Try and always think about depressing shoulder blades anytime I'm trying to go for lats. If you want to go for traps, then you can elevate your shoulder blades. Robert, I'm going to go back to yours. You said super maximal eccentrics done with 100% concentric effort. Those train motor unit recruitment and rate code of the nervous system and muscles. Probably one of the best methods. So are you saying 100% concentric effort? Super maximal eccentric, so you're going heavy on the way down. That's the eccentric. But you're still pressing hard on the way up and somebody's helping you? Is that what you're saying? Mahi's from Brisbane City. Above your 1 rep max. Yeah, okay. And somebody's helping you do the concentric. But you're still pressing as much as you can. Is that right? That sounds hard as shit. But awesome too. Doesn't that go into strength training? That is definitely for strength training and tendon training. I don't think I would do that for hypertrophy, especially because I feel like you'd be risking a lot. All right, I'm going to crank a set here because I'm a little behind. I'm going to try and target, there's a lot of muscles we can target with this, with pull downs. I'm going to try and target my upper outer lats. You could use weight releasers at the end of the eccentric phase. Yep, that's good. That does make sense. I like it. Okay, whoops. I'm going to target my upper outer lats, so I'm just focusing on that part of my muscle and act like I'm kind of pinching something in my armpit. Pull downs overall are such a great movement. You can train different parts depending on where you bring the bar, how you squeeze your back. Right now I'm targeting my upper outer. You can target inner, upper inner. And there's a great version that actually targets your lower lats as well. It's a good set, but I went too light, unfortunately. So we're going to bump the weight and we're going to go again. Brian Fury, what would happen if I run with a weighted vest? Would I get stronger? Stronger? Probably not. I mean, even if the weight vest is pretty heavy, like 50 pound, you increasing your strength? Probably not that much. But you're increasing how hard the exercise is. So it's going to improve your cardiovascular ability. You're going to improve your heart. You're going to improve your lungs. You're making the exercise harder. So that's badass. It's a super cool way to go about it if you have the ability. And you can also scale it too, right? Like you can start with 20 pounds in that vest and then work yourself up to 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds. That's pretty dope. So I would definitely recommend doing that if that's something you're interested in. Would that make you stronger? I don't think so. I think if you're going for strength, stick to, your compound movements like squats and lunges and things associated with that for strength itself. Hitting kind of reps anywhere from 3 to, call it 8, I would say. Maybe 3 to 6 for strength. Just going to do a little lower back set here. Nice and light. I'm just trying to focus on turning my lower spinal erector and maybe a little bit of QL on to pick me up. I'm trying to reduce how much my glutes and hamstrings are helping me do this movement. Oh. Probably could use a little bit of weight, but that's okay. If you have not done this exercise before and you want to try it out, I recommend using no weight. Focus on the spinal erector doing the work. See what we got for questions. No problem, Brian. That's super cool that you have a weighted vest. I have one too. I should be wearing it while I'm climbing, doing some cardio, because it just makes something harder, right? So that's badass. Good for you. Okay. Matten, I want to make sure, am I pronouncing your name right, or is it Maton? Man, I used to do contraction holds after reaching failure on lat pull downs. Nice. I'd let go of the bar shaking. Yeah, that's a really cool way to do it, and a cool way to kind of go past failure. Just doing holds at the end. That's awesome. Carlos, lift 20 on supino. I'm not entirely sure what that means. If you can elaborate. I'm gonna get a set here. Again, trying to focus on my upper outer lat. Squeezing that. Acting like there's something in my armpit that I'm squeezing together. A little pre-contraction of that muscle, if you have the ability to do that. Let's go for that hold, huh? Oh, damn. That was fire. Oh, wow. That was a great way to go past failure. That was really fun. Deformance is the name of your gym. I'm confused. How much did muscle affect your dating life, man? Dude, this is such a good question. Here's what I don't understand, okay? There are so many guys that say that, you see those memes where it's like expectations and it's girls all over you, and reality, and it's like guys all over you at the gym. I had the exact opposite reaction, okay? Coming out of high school, I'm out of high school, I'm like 6'1", like 140 pounds, soaking wet, just twig and bones and nothing else, okay? Shoot, I forgot to get my extensions. I am twig and bones and nothing else. And no girl in the world would even look at me. Okay, that's not true, but I was not a ladies' man, let's just say that. And then I started working out. And then some of the people who never looked at me before started to look at me. And then all of a sudden, the hot girls who would never even talk to me in high school, all of a sudden wanted to talk to me. So I don't know what people are talking about, because muscle definitely gets you girls. I don't know how people think otherwise. You're crazy. And granted, even since I was 140, I had a very low body fat percentage. I've always kept this. I think the highest I ever got was like 13 or 14% body fat. So you've always been able to see my abs. But muscle definitely gets you chicks. You're crazy to think otherwise. It changed my life. I have a freaking smoking hot wife, which if she met high school me, would she like me? I don't know, she might like who I am, but it's that initial attraction that matters, right? When you're trying to court somebody. So I can't recommend weightlifting enough for the social aspect of what your body can become, and who starts to notice that, and who starts to be your friend, etc. Because that's just the world we live in. You can either join them or not, Carlos, I'm sorry, man. Next workout, I'll do some legs, and maybe you can see it, but we're doing chest and back today. I'm smoked, man. It's a good workout, though. Man, I agree. It definitely gets attention and compliments. People treat you differently, 100%. A lot of people that I train now, pretty much across the board, I notice all of them getting promotions at work after they start working out. And I think it's because it gives you some, I don't know, some bit more of respect maybe, to fill out a shirt or to look athletic or be strong. It comes with respect. And it might be a very subtle respect, but a lot of my clients get promotions after they start working out. Isn't that weird? I also feel like it gives you confidence too, right? And that can go a long way in your social life. So I can't recommend, or even if you go once a week and work out, if you don't have the time, that's okay, you know? Go once a week, try and eventually ramp that up to twice a week. I really think it can change your life. And I think that people are watching this right now who are working out or have been working out. I think you can attest to that as well. Yeah, those memes are funny as hell though. Because you definitely, obviously it comes with it, like, you know, the bro's bro, you know, you go and say hi to guys that are ripped, you know, and shoot the shit about working out, and it's awesome. That's kind of what we're doing right now. It's great. It's like being guys being dudes, right? But it 100% helps get women. There's no way it doesn't. It comes with confidence too. After my first week, I felt like the man. Exactly. Absolutely. There was this one gym I was in, we ran a little experiment where, like, guys entering the gym, like, you'd call out things to them and then they'd react, like, or wouldn't react, they'd just keep walking or whatever. And then after a workout, you'd call them again. And now they're like, they have confidence, they're ready to talk. They're like, what's up, dude? You know, it's just funny how, especially for guys, you know, I mean, working out gives us a lot of testosterone. It gives a lot of confidence. And you kind of change who you are in a way, but for the better, generally, you know. People who take steroids don't often become for the better because of other issues. But regular non-steroid people, I can't recommend it more, right? You're training for aesthetics, you're training for strength, but you're training for life and the circumstances that come with life. And that's just the way it is. Don't hate it, join it. I know. I'm in, these are Viore pants. I promise they look like they're dress pants. Well, they kind of are. You know, I mean, I have clients coming in soon, and I wear dress pants and a polo. I do a lot of rehab stuff. And so these are Viores. They stretch. They're kind of like Lululemons. But I wear these almost every day, so I just, you know, take off the shirt to work out and put it back on afterwards for my clients. I don't really mind them. Even on, like, they stretch a lot, and even on leg day, I mean, I try to bring shorts for leg day, but even if I have to work out in these, they're honestly pretty good. If you guys are looking for pants, Viore is awesome. Can't recommend them enough. They give discounts for trainers. So if you're not a trainer, go make a fake website that says you are. I think they give you like 50% off, which is awesome. Okay, guys, this has been actually really fun. I've enjoyed shooting the shit with you guys. I'm gonna take off. Like I said, I got a client coming here in a few minutes. This was fun. Hit the subscribe button so we can hang out on my future workouts. And we'll see you next time. How is the business aspect of it? I'll be leaving for college in 6 months and want to do the coaching stuff. Sorry, you want to do what kind of coaching? You mean like personal training coaching? Online training is very saturated, but in-person training is so invaluable, and people understand that when you're with them, changing their technique, explaining how things work, they will pay money for that, and it's very valuable knowledge. So that business is booming. online training is so saturated. I think AI is going to take over the majority of it anyways. What I would say is try to learn a specific skill and hammer on that niche as much as you can. So in the gym, I do mostly the rehab stuff when people walk in the door. I have a trainer that is a power lifter. He does all the strength training when people come in, say, you know, I just want to get stronger. We push it to him. We have a girl that does mostly like, you know, the girl workouts where they're doing booty every single exercise. Girls come in, they want that. We push it to her. So we all kind of have our niche, and finding a niche is a great way to go about getting clients. How much can you deadlift, squat, and bench? Are we talking 1 rep max? All time or current? I'll do both. Okay, 1 rep max. My all time was a 500-pound deadlift. My current, I'm guessing my 1 rep max, I can probably hit 405, 401. My squat, historically bad. I think my all time is 315. My current, I could probably 1 rep max, 265, 275. And my bench would have been 275, I believe. And my current, probably not that far off, 250, we'll call it. I haven't done it for a while, that's why I'm kind of saying these numbers. I don't have an exact for you for the currents, because I haven't been training 1 rep max. I do predominantly, I was doing 5 reps for a little bit, and that's where I'm getting those numbers from. Yeah. What are yours? I want to hear yours. And then I got to go. I got a client in 3 minutes. So you have 3 minutes to answer me. God, that was a good workout. 8, 9 exercises. Where did I put my water? God, I need to eat some food. I'm shriveling away. Squats, never heard of it. Yeah, screw squats. I actually really, really prefer hack squats on a slider. And actually, Matt, you'd probably like that just because it completely takes your back out of it and you're just focused on quads and glutes. But I do squat, I do barbell squats as well. But my favorite pressing leg exercise is definitely the hack squat on a slider machine. If you ever see those rotational hack squats, don't do it. Run and hide, it's just terrible. Probably my least favorite machine in the whole gym. All right, guys, I gotta go. I got a client coming in. It's been a blast. I'll catch you next time. Make sure to subscribe so you can check out my videos, and we can hang out on future workouts and shoot the shit. It's been fun. Take care, guys.